Hello, hello. We are live. I'm going to wait a second to see who is jumping on. Please make sure you join the chat. Subscribe to join the chat. How is everybody doing today on this beautiful Thursday? All right, let's see. Let me get comfortable here. I'll wait a second for some of you guys to hop on. There's been so much going on. Emily Baldoni is the real MVP. So we're going to talk about her for sure. And of course, Blake and Ryan, our most favorite couple in Hollywood and in New York elite, or so they wish. But let's see if any of you guys are here yet. But I can start. Let's see. So I want to pull up this. I'm trying to see if I can share. I'm using actual YouTube functions today as opposed to an app I was using last time. So I'm trying to see if I can share a screen with you guys. I wanted to read the text message between where Emily says her most famous line that we've heard so far in the unsealed documents and the unsealed, unredacted text messages. Let's see. I don't know if I can share it. I will try to find that. Once my husband comes back into the house, I can have him maybe help me share, but let's talk about it anyway. I will read the text to you guys. Jamie Heath was speaking to Mitz, and it says, any word from the terrorists. And who are we calling terrorists? Or who were they calling terrorists? Of course, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. Because what were they doing? They were terrorizing the lives of poor Justin Baldoni, Jamie Heath, Wayfair, Emily Baldoni, a lot of people, it seems, right? Allegedly. In a lot of people's opinions. So I would say they were terrorists. I mean, drop a comment if you agree. Maybe there's other names people would call them, but terrorists, to me, is pretty accurate. So the text message goes on to Jamie Heath is relaying messages. And Jamie Heath says, we're ready to fight. Talk to Justin. Then he says, Emily says, quote, F no, we're not writing any letter. She made this bed. Now she can effing live in it. Let's fight. We are done. And then Justin says, well, you heard her. Let's fight. No letter. So we're saying F off, no statement. And what statement are we talking about? I read it in my posts earlier, but basically it's the statement that Blake and Ryan allegedly wrote and wanted Justin to kind of put out and apologize and say that they were going to promote the movie separately and do things separately, and they'll like apologize for their behavior and all this nonsense, right? Let me see if I can pull it up. There was my favorite part in that. It's so, to me, it's like so obvious that Ryan Reynolds wrote this part. But let's see. The part where it says, we hold ourselves accountable. So this is part of the statement that Ryan and Blake allegedly wrote and wanted Justin Baldoni to put out. They wanted Justin, Jamie Heath, and Wayfair Studios to put this statement out. And the part that says, we hold ourselves accountable, it's not anybody's job but ours. And that's part of being, quote, man enough. Now, how much has Ryan allegedly made fun of, mocked, done these crazy like nice pool videos about and all that stuff on Justin Baldoni, right? So that part to me was like, holy shit, that's Ryan right there. Like just another jab. So can you imagine like Emily Baldoni, Justin's wife, sitting there and reading this statement, like the blood pressure that probably went up because what the heck? What is that? Like the audacity of these people that actually write this out and then ask someone to put it out as if they wrote it. What? Like, can we belittle someone anymore? Like, enough is enough. Good for Emily Baldoni, man. Good for, and I'm so happy that all this stuff is getting redacted and or unredacted and released. Let me see. Oh, I see somebody in the comments. Hi, Pauline. Pauline Ha 2969 is saying, I'd be so disappointed if she wins this because of Jed and Melissa Nathan. I would be super disappointed too. And I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but the cynical Sally in me, and I've talked about this with a few other creators, like, privately, we've had chats. And I hate to say this, but the amount of power and connections that Ryan Reynolds has is scary because it feels like they can somehow get a win. Now, I hope that doesn't happen. And by power and connections, that is a whole other story because I've been doing so many deep dives on him, just all of them. But the connections within Hollywood that he has and how deep those connections go to other dark areas is so scary because that means that they have a lot of power, you know? And we always want to see the underdog win, right? And for sure, that's who we're rooting for. Justin, Jamie. Oh, this reminds me. I'll come back to the power stuff with Ryan, but I saw another thing that just popped up on the docket today, or another unsealed document saying, I can't find it right now, but I'm paraphrasing. And it said that Blake was accusing Jamie Heath of gawking at her when she was, I'm trying to remember correctly. I don't want to say it incorrectly, but I think it's basically when she was breastfeeding or when he walked in. When I saw the word gawking used on the document, I was like, who wrote that? Was that Ryan? Was that Blake? She wishes. Okay. Like she wishes. She so wants these people to be gawking at her. The Delulu of this woman, okay? Like, let's see. Joe is in the house in the comments saying, even the mightiest fall if you abuse your power. Look at Diddy. Oh my gosh. That's a whole other tangent. I haven't watched the documentary that was released yet by 50 Cent, but I've heard so many crazy things about it. But I also saw an article where from prison, Diddy is trying to put a stop to this, I guess, to this documentary or trying to get it taken down. I don't even know if that's true or not. But anyway, that's a whole other tangent. Jesse and Max, hi. Jesse and Max says, I think they wrote that because they're writing headlines through the filings. You think they wrote what? Which part? The gawking? The gawking part? That Jamie Heath was gawking at her justices? Allegedly? Yeah. So ridiculous. Gawking. Paulina says, that's true, but justice's standards is so high, we all can see Blake Lively is a liar. I don't know. She still has fans. I don't know how she still has fans and defenders. I don't know. I think they're all bots, in my opinion. Okay. It's wild to me. But Emily Baldoni for the win because wow, like that is a true wifey. That is real relationship when you have each other's backs, you know? And what do we know? Do we even know if these two are still living in the same house? There's rumors that they're not even in the same house anymore. We don't really know. This is all speculation or blind items and rumors that we've heard. But can you imagine yesterday or last night when that was released, when Emily's, you know, message was released in the unsealed documents? Can you guys imagine the Lively and Reynolds household? It probably imploded. Like, can you guys just imagine what happened last night in that house? Like the mayhem. I'm sure they were not happy. Because today there's a ton of weird headlines, and I wish I could share the screen with you guys because I don't know how to do it yet on this platform. But I will read it to you guys because it's so silly. First of all, I noticed that both Deadline and Page Six are running the same exact headline. Like, come on, can you guys be a little bit original? Like, you guys are literally just copying each other. The headline says Blake Lively rejects Justin Baldoni to move. Justin Baldoni's move to dismiss It Ends With Us. Accuses co-star of, quote, throwing the kitchen sink at SH and retaliation claims. And then Page Six's headline is literally the same thing. It says Blake Lively accuses Justin Baldoni of, quote, throwing the kitchen sink at her. SH claims in court battle. Like, come on. Really? You guys just copy each other. Even if there's misinformation, you guys just copy each other. Which reminds me of another thing I found today I'll get back to that because that's Epstein related, but this is all related. In my opinion, they're all freaking linked. If you've been watching my posts, you would know. And if you haven't, go check them out because the connections are wild. The dots are dotting and the math is mathing. Yeah, but the headlines today are out of control. Let me see. People said, let me see. Again, Blake Lively insists Justin Baldoni harassment case should go to trial. She's insisting that which reminds me, the other day I went onto a live, went into the chat of a live stream on TikTok, and it was same girl, different time. And she was sharing that she has some inside information that Blake has been wanting to settle for a long time. I guess she wanted to settle a long time ago. And same girl, different time has like inside source, allegedly. And she was sharing that that Ryan is the one that's like, no, we got to keep going. We got to keep going. Like pushing it forward. Right. So if that's true, that's interesting because this headline says Blake Lively is insisting that Justin Baldoni harassment case goes to trial. Interesting, right? Is Ryan that controlling, allegedly, in all of our opinions, that he's making sure it says Blake Lively is insisting that this goes to trial? Because an inside source is telling us that Blake wanted to settle a long time ago, but Justin keeps pushing it forward. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I just thought that was really interesting. But I'm going to jump into the comments real quick and see what you guys think. Let's see. Team Emily and Justin. Yeah, Emily's amazing. Let's see. They can't get divorced. They deserve each other. That's true. Maybe they'll just keep going in their dysfunctional ways. Well, now that Ryan's bought himself a sailing team with hot young men, he will probably be away from New York a lot more. Those hot young men, very motivating. Blake is Delulu. Justin is going to win. Yes, Ryan is a control freak. I mean, how many stories have we heard? I mean, the whole thing between him and ScarJo, right? Like allegedly that's what drove her away. He was way too controlling and she was not about it because she's not the type to be controlled. She's such a strong, independent woman. Sorry, Ryan. Loser. You just lost there. Big time loss. To give up ScarJo and then go for Blake, I don't know. I'm just saying. It's just okay. Let's see. Let me see. So I went over the gawking thing. Oh, and then the other amazing unsealed document today saying, I'm going to read it to you guys. This irks me so much. It says, shortly after Miss Lively accepted the role of Lily Bloom, Mr. Heath remarked that Miss Lively would be, quote, birthed into, so hard to say, the role. A statement that sexualized her and evoked female reproductive imagery to describe her professional contributions. Say what? What? That's so ridiculous. This objectification made from California, where Mr. Heath resided, signaled that Miss Lively's value was tied to her gender rather than her talent. Like, where do I even begin with that statement? But give me a second because my dog is losing her mind and wants to get into the room. Give me just 1 second. I have to let her, poor baby. All right. Sorry about that. My poor dog was clawing at the door. Where do we begin with that? Like, first of all, woman, are you okay? Are you really sexualizing birth? And this was supposedly like way before the whole birthing scene video image, still image thing happened, because this is so ridiculous to me. Like, why is Blake Lively so obsessed with sexualizing? In my opinion, she's obsessed with like weird baby slash birthing slash, like, what is happening? Why? It totally makes me think of that video where she's talking about finding out about how children and PDFs, if you know what I'm talking about, and the whole child corn thing. Remember that video where she's talking about it so graphically and she's just going on and on about never knowing about that, and a police officer had to teach her about it, and it's so graphic, and the way she's so performative, that speech. I just, my brain just can't help it, but like I get reminded of that whenever I see these ridiculous statements in these court docs. Like, how is somebody like, this is a common statement people say. People say things like, you know, um how do I think of one? Something was born from something. Like, I can't even think of one. If you guys can think of one, write it in the comments. Like, it's just a common way to, it's just a phrase people use. Like, how is that sexual? Like, why are you making it sexual? Why are you trying so hard? Are you just grasping at straws because there was no SH and SA and you're just claiming some utter BS? I think so. That's my opinion. This is absolutely ridiculous. Let me see what you guys are saying in the comments. I felt my blood pressure go up there for a second. Okay. Wait, what? Jesse and Max just said, oh, I just found an article where Ryan Reynolds brags he tried breastfeeding his first baby. What? Birth of a new world, birth of new ideas. Yes, birth of a new world, birth of new ideas. It's super common. Like, that's the phrase that we were just talking about. But let me get back to Jesse and Max, please. Oh my God, I got to see this article. He's bragging about breastfeeding his first baby. And Blake didn't have a problem with that. She didn't think that that was sexualizing their baby. I mean, hello? What is she saying in the court docs? You guys, is it just me or is everybody's mind blown right now? That is so crazy. Oh, Jesse and Max, I just sent it to you on Instagram. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick and read it to you guys because what? That is so wild. Okay, here we go. Oh, Ryan Reynolds has out-achieved Ryan Gosling by trying to breastfeed his and Blake Lively's baby. Oh my God, that's an actual headline? What? That, you guys, first of all, why are you talking about breastfeeding your baby, Ryan Reynolds? Why are you talking about your baby if you guys are so private about your children? And then Blake Lively, how dare you take some statement and sexualize it like that? There's just something is wrong with these people. Like something is, they are unwell. Okay. Very frustrating. So Joe said, I don't understand why her mind goes there when the word birth is mentioned. I wonder. I wonder too. I wonder too. It's just this, it's so disturbing. Okay. Maybe she was just like hanging out with certain people too much her whole life. I don't know. Maybe certain people named Harvey Weinstein, since there's lots of photos of them together. And she was on that invite to the 25th anniversary of the New York Observer. She was on the invite to Jeffrey Epstein. It's out there. We can't even say allegedly because there's a document with her name on it, right? Allegedly, I'll still say it. But the rabbit hole that has taken me into, oh my God, you guys. If you guys have not seen my little deep dive on Ryan Reynolds and how he has a movie coming out called 8 Perfect Murders. And Maximum Effort, Ryan Reynolds' company, is working with New Agency, which is the company of a man named Arnon. Oh no, let me get it right. I don't want to say it wrong. New Agency. Don't want to say it wrong. That's why I'm stopping for a second. Having a brain fart, mommy brain. New Agency. He is a ex-Israeli spy. And his name is come on. Why am I blanking right now, you guys? My brain is like, I'm so tired. I didn't sleep well last night. I apologize. Someone, yeah, Arnon Melchin. Thank you. Thank you, Joe, because my brain isn't working. Arnon Melchin is a big time, he's a billionaire, you guys, okay? And there was a huge, the Netanyahu trials that were going on. So he testified and he admitted that he is a former Israeli spy who helped with providing things to Israel to create nuclear bombs and all this crazy stuff, right? Like if you just put in his name, you'll see the articles come up. So his media company, he's huge in Hollywood. He's made a bunch of movies, very big movies. And he's currently making a movie with Ryan Reynolds' company. What? I'm sorry, what? We don't care that he was a former spy. Also, somebody commented on my video and was like, "What? How are you a former spy? What? How are you once you're a spy, aren't you always a spy? So he's not a spy anymore? Are we missing something here? I don't know. I'm just asking questions, just thinking out loud. It's bizarre. It's just bizarre. I'm just like, when I saw that, my mind was blown. And then I just kept digging deeper. And then, of course, Ryan was given a role by Harvey Weinstein, Harvey Weinstein called him up and said, "Hey, Ryan, it's your lucky day." There's a clip that I found where Ryan is mimicking Harvey Weinstein and saying that that's what he said when he called him up. "Hey, Ryan, it's your lucky day." And he gave him this role where Ryan plays a Jewish man. And then he went on a panel, him and Harvey went on a panel. They're being interviewed for press for the movie. And it's interesting because there's a part where I've also clipped and put in my videos. You guys are That's on YouTube and TikTok. You guys can watch it. Where Harvey Weinstein says, "Ryan listens to everything I say. Basically, he does everything I tell him to do, in other words." And then he makes this funny joke and says, "I told him to wear the glasses the whole time in the movie, and he never once took them off." Kind of showing in a joking way, like he just listens to me. Anything I say goes. I told him to wear the glasses, and he wore them the entire movie. And then he laughs. That was weird. But if you guys just watch it, it's just weird. And Ryan is younger and he just sounds more naive and he's like stuttering while he's on the panel talking about this. And then there's articles put out by, I think it's, uh, I don't want to, what is it? What is the journal? Jerusalem Times. I don't want to say it wrong, but there's articles where they're talking about Ryan saying that he's looking forward to playing more Jewish roles and all this stuff. Then I saw this crazy other thing during my deep dive where Ryan Reynolds, when Deadpool and Wolverine was out, there was some crazy hoax online. Okay. And this crazy hoax, um, was that allegedly Ryan had asked some Israeli uh, social media person to get him a bunch of likes and comments. And if they reached a certain number of likes and comments, he was going to go out to Israel for the premiere of Deadpool Wolverine. Okay. Supposedly, this is the hoax. And then, but he put out a statement on his Facebook where he goes, "No, that was just a hoax. I'm not really going to Israel for that. But I just want to say I love your beautiful country and I hope one day to be in it." But he wrote, "I hope one day to be in you." It was really weird, like as if he's talking to the country. "I hope one day to be in you." What? That's weird. But also, like, why would you even have a social media hoax happen? And what do we know about Ryan Reynolds? Like, he does this stuff, right? He does these little hoax and Easter egg things. And when he's trying to move and promote and move the needle on his whatever it is he's promoting, whether it's Mint Mobile or if it's a movie or if it's whatever, right? He does these weird things on social media. That's why he's like mega brain of maximum effort, right? Like he's a mini mogul of media because his hands are in so many different places. Pretty intelligent, if you ask me, but also in a weird dark way. Like I feel like he's okay with going in any which way. I don't know, in my opinion. And so, what was he doing with that hoax with that Israeli guy doing this weird hoax thing for him? It's just weird. And if you want more details on it, I posted the whole deep dive on it. It's a bizarre story. I was like, where did this even come from? Weird, right? Just saying. Just some things I found out. Just some things that like are kind of scrubbed because they're hard to find in the SEO, if you know what I mean. And I wonder why they're hard to find. And I wonder why nobody knows that this movie is being made with New Regency. Bizarre, right? Let me see what you guys think. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Jesse and Max said, "My eyes are turning into raisins from reading filings. I'm starting to look like Ryan." Oh my God. I keep getting like, I have to stop reading sometimes because when you read too much and your head starts hurting. I've been experiencing that too. So I feel you. I really wonder how he gets these people involved. He's also partnering with the new production company with Qatar owners. He's very well connected. Yes, I remember that because Jesse and Max sent me some stuff on that. Um, Robert Downey Jr. used birthed for something in reference to Gwyneth Paltrow's company. She was birthed to begin this company into the world. Interesting. And Gwyneth Paltrow didn't have a problem with it, right? Ryan was CIO of Yas Island in Abu Dhabi from April 23rd or April 2023 to 2024. Right after his Redbird partner friends, he invested with joint forces with Sheikh Mansour to form Redbird IMI, which bought all three media. And last year, guess who was producing the Lively versus Baldoni docuseries, The Hollywood Feud? All three media. Thank you, Jesse and Max, for sharing that. Isn't that interesting, guys? You can play that bit back and go research it yourself, what I just read in the comments, because it's all there online, you guys. All right, let's see. Blake Lively doesn't know how else to use the word. She's more word salad, no substance. Yes, I agree. Sometimes I think like Ryan's pretty intelligent. Like he could have chosen a more, I don't know, intelligent partner. Just saying. Um Also, this is I keep going back to this invitation that she was on, but I just have to point out that she was only 25 years old, guys, when she was on that invite list. And when I saw Blake Lively on that invite list to Jeffrey Epstein that was put out by Peggy Siegel. Peggy Siegel is a Hollywood publicist who is now basically excommunicated because there's all these emails that came out between her and Jeffrey Epstein. And I think one specific email said something like, I really enjoy hanging out with you. So I'm paraphrasing, but basically, I really like seeing you. And there were other emails between them. And then she's invited him to a bunch of, you know, social events and things like that so that he can mingle with Hollywood elites and then go on and brag and say that he did that because he loved doing that, right? Allegedly. So Peggy Siegel is the publicist who sent out that invitation to Epstein and then put Blake Lively's name on it. Now Peggy Siegel also um, did the premiere parties for two of Blake Lively's movies. One of them was Savages, and the other is Age of Adelaide or Adeline. I always get it confused. But so that's how she's connected to Blake Lively. And when you look at that invitation and Blake Lively is listed among the other people, I believe she is the youngest person. And if I'm not incorrect, she's 25 years old at the time, and everybody else on there is significantly older, significantly more well, established in their careers and everything. And I did a huge deep dive. If you guys care to go watch that video, I looked up every single person who is on the invitation next to Blake Lively's name. And boy, oh boy, almost 99% of them had some scandal, some incriminating thing that they did. Like it was wild. It was wild. Like if you just go watch it, there's all sorts of people on there. There's politicians, celebrities, major journalists, and there's like some sort of like scandal or something related to them that I found, like something illegal they did or something they went to trial for, all that stuff. It's mind-boggling. Like why is Blake Lively's name on there with them? With that big group. Okay. And I believe that's the same time she met, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's when she met Ryan and got together with him, which is interesting too, right? The timing. Weird. Do, 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 do. Just saying. I get my tinfoil hat on. My husband is like, I'm going to make you one. You can wear it during your lives because listen, some things are conspiracy, but some things are the truth. And some things, there's just too many dots that are too closely related that we just have to talk about it, right? We're just talking about it. We're just asking questions because it's just bizarre to me. Like, it's all of it is so bizarre. And I have to say, I started going down this rabbit hole truly when Marcos Be Better came out with his whole video. And then the same day, Blake posted what she did about the Children Coalition. And then the same day, Without a Crystal Ball found this letter. At least I think she found it. That's how I heard about it. The invitation to Epstein. Anyway, that's how I started going down this rabbit hole. And boy, oh boy, is it a rabbit hole. I mean, there's stuff I haven't even made videos yet on that I've discovered during my deep dives, but it's just mind boggling. But anywho, that's my rant on that. Let's see. What do you guys think about everything I just said? Is it like too much for you guys? Let me see. Whew. Blake Lively doesn't know how well. Okay, I already went there. Because you guys are talking about baby bumps. Let's see. Maybe Blake doesn't know how else to use the word. She's more word salad, no substance. No, it was to honor her. I'm sure Blake will scream when she realizes GP was honored in the first place and the word birthed was said by a man. GP's Gwyneth Paltrow. Makes me wonder, did she really give birth to her kids, or is there a secret surrogate tied up in the basement popping out babies for whenever she needs them? Well, we did see photos of her with her bump, right? Um, because she certainly behaves like a woman who's never given birth a day in her life. Yeah, it's weird. And then there's also all these like weird videos of her when she is pregnant, like kind of speaking not so greatly about it, I think, which was weird. I guess some women don't have the best pregnancies, and that could be pretty normal. But it's just kind of a weird thing that people have mentioned. I've seen it in my comments like multiple times that like she didn't really care for being pregnant. I don't know. I don't really know. I haven't seen those videos, but people have commented on it. Um, let's see. Two words. Why casting and couch? Ask Harvey Weinstein. Could be a fake moon bump, talking about her baby bump. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. The Wayback Machine is invaluable, especially for all those deleted articles. I only learned of it 3 months ago. Yeah, the Wayback Machine is pretty amazing. I feel like I need to use more of it. But yeah, the whole thing with Harvey, I mean, um, I touched on it in my videos, many videos. I did it many, many videos ago and then recently again, because Harvey was known to be buddy buddy with Epstein. And it seemed like Blake Lively and Taylor Swift were fine with Harvey Weinstein. There's like lots of photos of them, all of them together. Um, and when all of his stuff happened, all the allegations against Harvey Weinstein, both Taylor and Blake, they kind of said something along the lines of like, well, it didn't happen to us, but they didn't, that was it, you know? And we do know that um, Blake also was cool with Woody Allen after everything that came out, after hit the court case, after proof, after detailed articles that were fact checked. She still went on to play in movies and talk highly of him. There's like many quotes of her speaking very highly of Woody Allen. So that was interesting. And Woody Allen was a frequent guest of Jeffrey Epstein. He would go to his dinner parties. There's a famous article. Emails were released recently where Woody Allen is describing Jeffrey Epstein's home, and he's calling it like Dracula's castle because there were servants, and among the servants were like young girls. And he describes these fabulous dinner parties with lots of elite there, including politicians, journalists, other celebrities. It's wild. It's wild. I mean, the rabbit hole is wild. And there's a lot of documentation coming out and things are pointing in all sorts of directions. It's just wild, you guys. So I'm going to I'm gonna keep digging because it's a fun little rabbit hole, and it's like scary truths that get you just like, yeah, it's wild. But also today there were yesterday and today there's like all these new photos that the government is releasing that have never been seen. All the headlines are saying that these are brand new photos that have never been seen. One of them is of this like chalkboard in Epstein's house, and there's like parts of the image that are redacted. But guess what? I found unredacted ones of this. I found photos of the chalkboard that have unredacted parts, and I posted it. I just did a video on it today. Like, first of all, those photos were leaked months ago by law enforcement, whistleblower law enforcement, and it was in an article by medium.com, and it was in I believe May or June of 2005, and the photos are all there, and there's nothing redacted on them. Okay? So whatever's being released by the government yesterday and today, and all the headlines are saying never been seen. These are unseen photos released for the first time. No, they're not. They're online. You can look for them. They're in an article. All the photos are there. I did a video on it today. You guys can go watch it if you're interested. But I mean, are we being gaslit by the government? Just a question. Weird, right? Also, there's like all the dentist chairs, the creepy dentist stuff. It looks so creepy. If you don't know, maybe you don't want to know. Or if you're interested, I posted about it. It's just weird. It's just weird. It's just scary. It's weird, creepy stuff. Um Gloria says, when aren't we being gaslit by the government? I know, right? I know. I know. But it's just so interesting to me that like all these major media outlets, like they just copy each other. They just put up the same headlines, and it's so lazy to me. Like they're not even looking anything up. When I saw those photos today, like I immediately started like searching for things, and it wasn't that hard to find like that these photos had already been existing. But I'm sure people aren't, not everyone's going to do that. They're just going to read the articles for what they are and say, like, oh, wow, look, the government unsealed new things today about the Epstein files. Ooh, look at these images. Wow, the government's really like cluing us in. I mean, the majority, people like you and me on YouTube live streams and things like that, or going down these rabbit holes, look at it. But the majority of the country isn't doing this. I don't think. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. I don't know. I don't know. But I if it's being put out there, it's for a reason. And I think there's still a lot of people that believe it and read it and they're like, oh wow, look, it was just put out. I don't know, just interesting stuff. Just goes hand in hand with like how the rich and powerful can control the narrative. And that's the scary part, bringing me back to Ryan. They are so powerful and they have so much reach in the media, and they can just keep pushing the narrative. And you and I know what's really going on with this case, but the majority of the country, the majority of the world doesn't. And could they come out okay in this? I think so. And I hate to be cynical Sally. Like, you guys, this is very unpopular that I'm saying this, and I'm sorry. Like, I'm not like trying to offend anyone or burst anyone's bubble, but like, this is the harsh reality that powerful people in this world can get away with things. Okay? Look at look at everything. Look at people in power. Okay? I mean, it's wild. Power and money gets you to places that we can only wildly imagine, right? Eh, it's frustrating. So I guess we can stay tuned and see what happens with this trial. And I really, really hope that like our our boy wins. because it's a shame if he doesn't, but at least we know, right? He has us, Team Justin Baldoni and Emily Baldoni and Jamie Heath and his wife. I just think, Natasha, I just think that it's a shame, but it's the harsh reality. Let me see what you guys. They think people are stupid. Yeah, they do think people are stupid, Joe. It's unfortunate, and there and I don't mean to call people anyone stupid, but there's people who are just not watching or into the things that you and I are watching right now, or like, every day tuning in and learning about the case. So yeah, they think people are stupid because they're not paying attention all the time. They put favorable headlines to whoever pays the most. Yes. Um, but they're also paying, right? They're paying these media outlets through their PR. I don't care what political party they're affiliated with. I don't care what celebrity it is. All of those people need to be exposed for what they did to children. 1000%. And you know what? It's both sides. It's not a left or right thing. Like, I don't think at all. Like, the more you look into it, you see there's people from both sides, and it's gross. And not everyone is involved, but they're on. Not everyone did something to a child, but maybe they knew, or they were just around people that knew, like, and that's not okay. Knowing it and not doing anything about it is not okay. It's just it's so sad. It's so sad. Let's see. We have to get more powerful people involved, like the federal tax board. Yikes. I wonder what they could find up. I'm sure they can dig up a lot of stuff since, people have multiple names on certain documents, or maybe for tax reasons. Oh, Gloria said, I want to be Emily Baldoni when I grow up. Yeah, she's awesome. I thought that, and that was the best. That was like, we needed that, right? That was like such nice little cherry on top icing when we all saw that text come through yesterday. Go, Emily. Anyway, with that being said, I think I'm going to sign off. My daughter is napping, so she's going to wake up soon. I have to go attend to her. But it was nice to catch up with you guys. I haven't done I haven't done a live in a long time. I'll see you guys soon because there's a lot more coming with this case and just everything else that's going on in the world. Everyone stay safe. You guys are all awesome. See you guys soon. Have a good evening. You're awesome too, Jesse and Max. Take care. Chat soon.